Well, you have to pay someone to turn it over. Oh, have you got it figured out yet, Carol?
I think so.
Okay, Carol?
Very nice.
Could I begin by welcoming, well, ladies and gentlemen, after the very kind words of introduction by David, our rector, there's very little that I can say really about the church building itself because of the time factor. Unfortunately, we are very, very much tied to the time factor this morning, and so what I have to say, what I was going to say, will have to be condensed considerably, so I hope you will bear with me if I race it during what it is that I have to say. As David has told you, the church dates from Norman times, and it is celebrated amongst other things because of this fine Jacobean woodwork which is in the church, and the Jacobean seats, pews upon which you are sitting, and for the fine Molyneux family pew over there in the family had pressed upon him to apply for a grant of arms, which was duly granted, and so then he could style himself gentleman.
As did today. There you go, madam. Have a nice evening. You don't stand over here, though. You've got to do the way of the feet. Yeah. Come over this way. Over here.
The batteries haven't been charged up, Carol.
Uh-huh.
You want to have some for later, be very careful now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sure, just remember.
When was the last time they were charged, David?
We can charge it here probably for a little while.
Okay. We can charge it while we eat, perhaps, or something.
that mine is this, I suppose may not let me in.
Is that everything?
Doesn't look as though they've got any ordinary parcel.
Miss Jamie Cooper. Mr. Thomas Donoghue. Mrs. Jean Donoghue. Miss Linda A. Bush. Mr. William J. Mr. Peter Oliver.
Don't do too much, otherwise you're gonna. I'll save some of it possibly for when the mayoress is doing a speech and.
Those stripes.
It's already what?
We already have the stripes.
Stripes.
Yeah, stripes.
Really?
Yeah, what does that mean?
That could mean bad news. Well, can I have a look?
I just said Nancy's almost done and everybody's on.
We're going to have to. The thing is, we've got our voices over the tape now anyway, so just going to have a picture.
I just want to get Nancy and David to the
Accept our thanks for every provision for our bodies and souls, now and always. Benedictus benedicat per Jesum Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen.
Excuse me, please. Could I known times for over 900 years, before the family moved to Croxton here at the beginning of the 18th century. We also welcome the Nurse Chaplain and his wife, Canon Yandell and Nancy. Canon Yandell's lovely old church of St Helens at Sefton had close ties with the Molyneux family for the same number of years. A warm welcome is extended to Mr Ted and Cynthia Jackson. Ted is acting director of Croxton Hall and Country Park, and he has been more than helpful, believe you me, in giving us every assistance possible to bring about our reunion celebration within these hallowed halls of Croxton, and for this we are very, very grateful. We are very pleased to have with us Mr Gordon Reed and his wife Shirley. Gordon has, from the onset, been enthusiastic about putting on a show for us, which we have, I am sure, all found to be excellent. And tonight we look forward to hearing him speak to us about the families of Molyneux. We welcome from America the man who started all this, the founder of our association, Mr Wesley Molyneux and his wife Claire, and some family members. It was indeed Wesley's brilliant idea that we should all meet as a family, and I know that this has brought a lot of happiness to many people here tonight. The one person who really has made all this possible and has done dedicated work for many, many long months is, of course, David Molyneux, whom we welcome warmly, together with his mother Lily and his son Richard, who has helped enormously. David's wife Elizabeth is not here with us, but must be acknowledged for all the patience and understanding she has shown throughout the entire duration of David's work for this reunion. We welcome all our overseas members and UK members, relations and friends who have made up this friendly and historic gathering tonight. Some of you have contacted me in the past, and it is wonderful to meet up with you all in person. I relinquished my maiden name of Molyneux, for which I was very proud, over 13 years ago. The name Molyneux never failed to raise some comment or eyebrow, no matter where I went. And the most common question asked was, "That's French, isn't it?" And as a matter of fact, I was asked that today by the BBC Merseyside man. I'm proud to have my husband Gordon accompany me tonight. He's not a Molyneux, but I feel he has every right to be here attending this banquet. His grandfather was employed as a joiner here by the late Lord and Lady Sefton for many, many years. I must thank the staff at Croxton Hall for being so interested in the Molyneux reunion and their offer of help throughout. Especially Alison Maddox, but she's on a holiday at the moment, and also Andrea Ellis. Our gratitude is extended to Wendy's Kitchen Catering for the excellent spread which we had earlier, and for the advice that she too has offered to make this occasion a special one. A big thank you is given to some key members of our association who are unable to be with us tonight. Mary Menzies, who introduced me to the association and asked me to consider joining, and did an excellent groundwork advertising the reunion in the early stages, which brought some good results. She has also supported me throughout the programme arrangements for the North West. Thanks go to Alan Molyneux for the excellent arrangements he made for the Nottingham part of the tour. And thanks too go to Major Moore Molyneux at Knowsley for what must have been a delightful start to the tour, due to him giving our members the opportunity to view his manor house. Thank you all for coming, ladies and gentlemen, and for your help in making this evening a great success. Thank you. I'd like to give, on behalf of the IMFA, a copy of the certificate and copies of Sefton Church Guide and other documents relative to this reunion to Miss Jenny Kemp and to Mrs. Beryl Kennedy.
Very kind. What a lovely souvenir. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Where you've come from, but nowhere do you mention the little country where I grew up.
which is a tiny island in the middle of the Irish Sea called the Isle of Man. Now, when I lived there, I was privileged to have as my very good friend Archdeacon Cooley. I think he was the last of the characters in that church. He always wore a big top hat that fastened to the collar of his coat with a little ribbon. And he always impressed on me that once I had lived on the island, I would always be held to it as though by an invisible thread. And he would tell me this little story about the Manx man and the Manx woman who many, many years ago had gone to the New World of America to seek their fortunes. And they met by chance one day on the shores of Lake Michigan. And of their first words of greeting, they realized that they were both Manx. And then Archdeacon Cooley would say, not another word was spoken, because the shadow of our green hills had folded itself round about them, and their hearts beat as one. Now, I am sorry I can't offer you any green hills in our borough, but we have in Sefton a very great spirit of good neighbourliness, and I hope that this will unfold itself round about you tomorrow, enabling you to feel that you're all one family with us in Sefton. And I'll finish by telling you a funny, quite true story. This is the second time I've been there, and 5 years ago, during my mayoral year, we opened the garden festival in Liverpool, and the Queen and Prince Philip came to do the honours. And all the mayors of the surrounding boroughs were in this little tent, waiting to have a buffet lunch served. And through the door came the Duke of Edinburgh. He came over to me, and I curtsied. And he picked up this medallion, and he said, "That's new, isn't it?" So I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "What is it?" I said, "Well, it's the modern cross, the cross of the Molyneux family of the Earls of Sefton." He said, "What a pity they're all dead." Now, I wish he was here tonight, because he could see they are all dead, are they? Very much alive. But I always remember it, and I'm very grateful for this lovely souvenir you've given us, and I'd like to visit round this little carved box, which also has the cross on, as a souvenir of a very happy night. And there's another presentation. And this is from you, Canon Randall. It's a magnificent check. Isn't that lovely? Thank you all very much indeed for your lovely church. Thank you again, Father.
Very much. Really finished it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, praise silence for Mr. Wesley Molyneux, founder of the International Molyneux Family Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wesley Molyneux.
Mayor, Madam President, distinguished guests, it has been a pleasure to be here. When we started this, some 2 years ago, we had no idea that we were going to go so far, so fast. It's been a great pleasure to have David Molyneux and Betty Brown, our president, and our family representative, Faith Molyneux in Australia, Nuala Turner in New Zealand, and now our family representative for Canada, Kate O'Neill. All these people have given us remarkable support, and you people out here support us greatly. You wouldn't be here. Many of you many couldn't have come that wanted to. The distance is too great in many ways. But we were lucky to have some from New Zealand, and also some from Australia, and many from Canada, and the U.S., and of course, close around here. I hope that this is a good indication of what's happening. We have good coverage in the press lately, and I'm looking forward to new members, and if any of you that are not members wish to sign up We have a place for you out in the hall to sign up. Thank you very much.
Madam President, Mr. Van Maris, Mr. Wesley Molyneux, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for Mr. David L. Molyneux, International Molyneux Family Association organizer for 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Molyneux.
Madam President. Last September when I started planning this, and previous to that when I had this mad idea of this getting together and travelling around England, I had no idea that I'd be sitting here in only a few months' time with so many people here. It seemed, last October even, that we'd never get this many people here. We have visitors of sort of 20 people sort of sitting somewhere in a hotel in Liverpool, and now we're actually in the ancestral home. And I'd just like to say, I'm really love to welcome all of you, and how delighted I am to meet so many of you after all this time. All these names that I've posted out the newsletter to have just come alive all of a sudden, and it's very pleasant. I'd like to thank two people particularly for their help. One person did all of the name cards, and that's Colin Molyneux from Peterborough, which I think you'll admire. His beautiful hand script, a lot of work went into it. And also to Arthur X. Molyneux from Liverpool, who wrote the words for our certificate. And I'd just like to say that if any of you want these, they are available from me. You'll see a board with the details in the little exhibition on the left there. I'm going to ask for an encore in a moment for somebody else whose birthday it is, who doesn't realise I've got somebody walking. But particularly Lee and Dorothy Tadu, who are guests from America. They come from New York, and it's their 20th wedding anniversary today, and I'm sure you'd all like to give them a clap. It says 20 on here, I think. 20th wedding anniversary?
You're a 27-year-old daughter.
Lovely having you with us, and very good of you to come when your anniversary is. And happy 28th wedding anniversary. The encore is for Fred Molyneux from Canada. And happy birthday, Fred. And will you take your card, please, from all of us? If you haven't signed Fred's card, would you please see him afterwards and sign it? Happy birthday, Fred.
Happy birthday.